unimaginable poverty, social conflict, the disappearance of education, name it. So I stand here to tell my people, no part of my body has remained behind. My mind, my soul, my plea to the Lord God is that you favored me throughout my life. Some of them have been mentioned here, to serve your people in various capacities. Being Chief Justice of Uganda is only the latest in a litany of services I've rendered to God's people. I'm asking the Lord God, Lady President, that's why Principal Judge was talking of 3 digits. I've been pleading with God, and I ask everyone to help plead with the Lord God to give me 30 years so that when he calls me to his right-hand side, my age of demise will be written in 3 digits. Not 99, because that would be 2 digits. It should be 100, because there's work to do. What is this work? We all know for 20 odd years, this place knew nothing, these people knew nothing other than armed conflict. This ended in 2006, some 20 years ago. But when you come here, when you move around, you see a lifeless community. You see people who are devoid of assurance. People who are devastated. People who are still on their knee. Some have achieved the feat of getting up and resting on their knees. Some have sunk deeper, deeper down in the abyss. You boys give us the stark reality of life in this sub-region. Poverty, if you rank it according to wealth, we are at the very bottom. If you rank it in terms of poverty, we are at the very top. That's the reality of life in this place. That's what we've been seeing every day. That's what confronts us. I kept on telling my people when we moved throughout this sub-region, through that organization called Rocho Pajo, the dear President, Rocho Pajo is Luo for community revival. Pacho is the home state. So you take this sub-region, the Acholi people, as one home state, which has seen dog-eat-dog experience, which has been devastated, but which must not be allowed to wallow in this type of poverty, social conflict, name it. So this revival movement It's a new paradigm. It's a new paradigm. We intend that we play our part as leaders of this community. This community, which assigned Ambassador Olarotono and myself to take the lead, to lead them out of this socio-economic Egypt back to the promised land. We can do our part. We can sensitize our people. We can give them leadership advice, but we can only do so much as individuals. This task can only, and I'm writing only in capital letters, the only is in capital letters. If the government of Uganda, which by God's grace, Your Excellency, you're favored to head, accepts and joins hand with us, we play our part, the government play its part together with us. I've said, you give us 5 years, there'll be remarkable change in this place. Give us 10 years, if somebody told you we were down there at the bottom of the bottomless pit, you would not believe, because we would have come out of it. We would be basking in the sun. It is possible. I'm clear in my mind. I have faith that with the right leadership, I'm not talking about elected leadership. I'm talking about people who realize they have a duty to help society get away from where they are and shift to where they belong, to where God intends they should. Actually, sub-region, as you know, the dear President, is bigger in size than the Republic of Rwanda. The Republic of Rwanda is 26,000 square kilometers, actually is 28,000 square kilometers. Choice land. Every square inch of this land is productive. All sorts of crops grow here. For a long time, the colonialists disfavored us. As a matter of fact, the entire northern Uganda. The colonial economy they left us with disfavored real development. Today, I want to believe you know this, dear President. The best Arabica coffee in Uganda is grown in actually where you are today. Up in the Agoro, Lututuru, Lumwaka plateau. This has been tested by scientists. The best Arabica coffee grows there. In that place, Agoro, the dear President, where you sent me when I requested you with some technical person, where we can put probably the largest irrigation scheme in East Africa, where damming 2 rivers in Agoro can produce tens of thousands of hectares of land for irrigation. Arable land. Then you go up Lumwaka and Lututuru, whose coffee has been tested and has won in this country. another set of tens of thousands of land which can be developed. So the task I called upon myself, the bluff I made, which my people have organized this function to tighten the noose on my neck, is how can we get these people out of where they are? They did not used to be like this. Yes, we know they went through war. We're not going to have war, this. Yes, it happened. I always tell my people, this is not the first place in the world where war has taken place. And we always boast of being the elephant. How can the elephant fail to rise up when it falls against a tree? How can the buffalo fail to rise up from a pit it has fallen in? Our elder, retired prelate, MacLeod Baker Ochola, always reminds us that the buffalo that falls in a pit will get out of the pit by itself, using its skin. By the time it gets out, its body is bloody, all the hair is gone, but nonetheless it gets out. We can also get out of this quagmire. For a long time, after the war, there have been a lot of interventions by government. Billions of shillings. In the records, you'll find billions of shillings. But you walk here, you travel here across this region bigger than Rwanda, you don't see the billions of shillings. That begs the question, where did the money go? If the money reached there, did it go to the wrong place? Was our decision to sink that much money, was it well informed? Did we understand how government money should be better used? Did we prepare our people that 1 shilling is coming, 1 shilling. With this 1 shilling, you can make a slight difference. Did we sensitize our people? Did we guide our people? Did we stand with our people? Did we point out to government that this project coming is wrong? Or it is right, but it is being pursued wrongly? At the end of the day, there'll be nothing to show for it. That was the essence of the birth of Rocho Pacho, the one the mayor of Gulu said, please join hands with this new paradigm. I want to thank God. The first time you probably knew me at close quarter, I will remind you, Your Excellency. 1994, we had been elected into the Constituent Assembly. I was elected from Agago. Was here in Gulu, District Council Hall. You met the leaders, both Constituent Assembly and members of the 5th Parliament, NRC. Then my sister Betty Bigombe, without giving me prior warning, sends me a note that you young man, you are going to give a vote of thanks. Of course, I'm one never to shy away from any challenge. So immediately I thought very quick. You were already speaking when I was asked. So I thought on my feet. I thought on my feet. This is what I said, Ladiet President. I said, Your Excellency, we thank you for coming. And then I said many things. Then I said, I look forward to that day when you will come here not to speak about security, but to speak about development. I remember that's what I said. This was your response, that you'll be the happiest person to come here and talk about how we can develop our country, how we can lift our people. That was your response. As I went to think, because soon thereafter, a few things happened which ended up in my being appointed by you as a minister in your government. Then, 1995, in your house in Gulu Barracks here, I remember it was a Saturday, the 4th of March. I came to see you with then Honorable Betty Begum, no, not Betty, Betty Akech. And then we excused Betty Akech and we sat for some time, maybe about an hour. I told you this. I know you have got a photographic memory, so I'm going to tell you what you'll remember. I said, Ladid, end this conflict, end this war. By the time everybody has stopped voting for you, they actually will still continue voting for you. I told you this, we were two. God is my witness that I told you this. As I speak today, you and the Acholi people have what we call in the law of contract, consensus ad idem, a meeting of the mind. Now you speak from one side. You do not speak from across the aisle. You're not speaking from one side. The evidence was the recently concluded elections. You're now speaking from one side. Your task is a lot easier now when you sell your idea, your economic development model, when you engage with the leadership of this place. Your task is a lot easier now. You now do not have to explain yourself that you mean well. In voting for you, they're saying, we know you mean well. Nobody votes for someone they think does not mean well for them. So we are now speaking from the same platform. Now, I take a bolital. In other words, I'm now throwing the challenge. I've accepted my challenge. I've accepted that the news can be loosened because I've accepted the challenge. I called it upon myself. Ladit, I have faith in you. At the most difficult time, when it was something akin to being stupid to support you, I stood with you because for me it was clear in my mind where your direction was. I stood with you. I've not changed my mind. My faith still remains that these 5 golden years, when you are now speaking with these people with a convergence of mind, we can together do wonders. We can together do wonders. Otherwise, this sitting is just a waste of people's time if we cannot. Otherwise, the oath I took, the challenge I threw upon myself will come to naught. But I believe you'll take that lead. And 5 years, you'll